Hello students, today we are going to discuss about some activation functions used in deep learning. In previous video we have discussed about what is deep learning, deep neural network and different applications of deep learning. So these are the some activation functions that we are using in the deep learning. The question is that why we need these activation functions? We need these activation functions because these activation functions brings non-linearity in the output, so we could solve some non-linear problems with the help of these activation functions. So there are four types of activation functions used in deep learning. One is sigmoid function, threshold function, ReLU function and hyperbolic tangent function. We will see these functions one by one. First is the sigmoid activation function. You are familiar with the sigmoid activation functions because we have used these activation functions in the backpropagation learning algorithm to calculate the output. The equation for sigmoid activation function is 1 divided by 1 plus e raised to minus x, where x is the activation value and we calculate this activation value as summation of weights into input. So when we observe this particular diagram, then when your activation value is negative or it is near to 0, then in that case output of this particular function is near to 0. Once your activation value exceeds the value of 0, then the output is smoothly increasing towards the 1, and once your output is reached to 1, then it is get saturated to 1. So the activation function, when we use the sigmoid activation function, the output is between 0 to 1. The next activation function is the threshold or the step activation function. This activation function we have used while we are solving the problems with the help of MP neuron. It is the threshold based activation function. If y value is greater than certain value, then the function is activated and fire, otherwise not. So in this case, we can set the value for threshold other than 0 like 1, 2, 3. But most of the time the threshold value is set as a 0. So equation for this threshold function is when activation value is greater than or equal to 0, output is 1. When activation value is less than 0, output is 0, where x is again the activation value. When we observe this particular diagram, when the activation value is negative or equal to generally below 0, then output is 0. Once this activation value exceeds 0, then the output is rapidly changes from 0 to 1 and it is stuck up to 1. So in this case also your output is between 0 to 1. Next function is the ReLU activation function. This is most widely and most popular function used in the deep learning. So it gives an output of x if x is positive, otherwise 0. So the equation for ReLU activation function is maximum of x or 0. So in this case, if you observe this diagram, in this case if your output is negative or up to 0, output is 0. But as your output is exceeds 0, then your output is again changes from 0 to 1. The main difference between the ReLU activation function and other activation function is that in this case your output is not limited to 1. Means if your activation value exceeds 1, like your activation value is 3, then in that case output is 3. If activation value is 5, in that case output is 5. If your activation value is 10, then in that case output will be calculated as max of 10, 0. So output is 10. So in this case your output is not limited to 1. This is the main difference between the ReLU function and the other activation functions. And the last function is hyperbolic tangent function. This function is similar to sigmoidal function, but only difference between the sigmoid function and hyperbolic tangent function is that in sigmoid function output is between 0 to 1, whereas in case of hyperbolic tangent function your output is between -1 to 1. So the equation here is given 1 plus e raised to minus 2 into x divided by 1 plus e raised to minus 2 into x. So hyperbolic tangent function output is ranges from -1 to 1. So these are the four activation functions which are used in the deep learning. So in next video, we are discussing about the convolution neural network, how it works and how it is used for the pattern classification. Thank you.